one of Jungkook's moves in a viral live concert. ARMY believes there is a hidden meaning behind it. Jungkook's name has never been far from public attention. His every step is always a topic of conversation. His every expression always succeeds in attracting the attention of millions of pairs of eyes. And his every appearance on stage almost always gives birth to a new story that electrifies the fan world. But this time, it's not a new song. It's not a big announcement that makes social media crowded. What became the center of attention was a simple gesture that Jungkook did when performing on stage. No one thought that in just a matter of seconds, a moment that looked so short could turn into a global conversation. Thousands of short videos began to appear on various social media platforms. Pieces of footage from various camera angles were reshared by fans from various countries. Hashtags related to Jungkook slowly crawled up until they entered the trending list. It all started from a movement made by the Golden Magne in the middle of the concert. On that night, the concert atmosphere was very lively. The audience's cheers echoed throughout the arena. The purple lights filled every corner of the show. Thousands of ARMYs sing together following the rhythm of the song that is performed. Jungkook appeared with extraordinary energy, showing the professionalism that has made him loved by fans all over the world. But in the middle of his appearance, a small moment managed to steal attention. When the music enters a certain part, Jungkook is seen doing a different movement than usual. The movement was very short, barely noticeable to those who only watched at a glance. However, for fans who have been following BTS's journey for years, even the smallest detail never escapes attention. Within minutes after the concert ended, the video clip began to circulate widely. Many fans try to slow down the recording to make sure what they are actually seeing. Some believe that the movement was not something that was done by chance. Some think that Jungkook intentionally conveys certain messages through his body language. Speculations began to emerge. Some associate the movement with the old moments of BTS that happened many years ago. Some fans even found a resemblance to the gestures Jungkook had done in previous concerts. The finding made the discussion even more crowded. In various fan communities, theory after theory began to emerge. Some ARMY believe that Jungkook is giving clues about future projects. There are also those who suspect that the movement is a form of tribute to the fans who have been loyally supporting them, while other groups consider that the gesture has an emotional connection with BTS's long journey full of struggle. What makes the debate even more interesting is the fact that Jungkook is known as a figure who often pays attention to small details. In several previous occasions, he has given subtle hints that fans only realized after a project was officially announced. Those experiences are what make ARMY even more convinced that this movement may not be something that happened for no reason. Not a few fans choose to see the moment from a more emotional side. According to them, the movement reflects Jungkook's gratitude to the support that has been given by ARMY over the years. They judge that behind the spotlight of the stage lights and the glitter of global popularity, Jungkook is still someone who really values the relationship with his fans. As time goes by, the video continues to spread at an incredible speed. The number of viewers reached millions in just a short time. Various international fanbase accounts also shared their analysis. Even some entertainment media began to report the phenomenon, highlighting how a simple gesture can trigger a big discussion among fans. This phenomenon once again shows how strong Jungkook's influence is in the entertainment world. Not many artists are able to make millions of people pay attention to such small details. But for Jungkook, it seems to have become a part of his daily life. Every action that is done always has its own attraction that makes the public curious. Many pop culture observers assess that the viral of this moment is not only because of Jungkook's movements, but also because of the emotional connection that has been built over the years between him and the fans. ARMY doesn't just see Jungkook as a singer or performer on stage. They follow his life journey, understand his career development, and celebrate his every achievement. Because of that, when a small movement appears in the middle of the concert, the fans do not just see it as an ordinary movement. They see the possibility of a story, message, or a deeper meaning. They try to connect those small pieces with various moments that have happened before. Interestingly, Until now, there has been no official explanation of the true meaning of the movement. Jungkook himself has not given any comment. That silence actually made the curiosity even bigger. The longer there is no clarification, the more theories appear. Some fans hope that one day Jungkook will explain the meaning behind the viral moment. But there are also those who feel that the mystery is what makes this event more interesting. In the fandom world, sometimes small puzzles are actually the most fun part to discuss together. In the midst of various speculations circulating, one thing that cannot be denied is Jungkook's success in creating such a memorable moment. Without long words, without a big announcement, and without a complicated promotion strategy, he managed to get millions of people around the world to talk about him through just one short move. This moment proves that Jungkook's charisma does not only lie in his singing or dancing skills. There's something more than that. There is a unique ability to create an emotional connection with the audience. An ability that makes every appearance always look forward to, and every small detail of it always has a special value in the eyes of fans. Now, the video is still circulating and becoming a hot topic of discussion on various platforms. Is it true that there is a hidden message behind that movement? Is Jungkook giving a clue to something big? Or is it all just a creative interpretation of the fans? Until now, there is no definite answer. But one thing is clear, with just one simple gesture, Jungkook once again proves why his name remains one of the most influential figures in the entertainment world. And as long as the mystery has not been solved, ARMY's curiosity does not seem to stop anytime soon. The conversation that initially only appeared among fans turned out to be much bigger than anyone expected. A few days after the concert took place, the video is still being shared from one account to another. The number of views continues to increase, comments are increasing, and various new analyses appear almost every hour. This phenomenon shows that Jungkook's charm is not just about popularity, but his ability to create moments that make people keep talking about it over and over again. In various fan forums, the atmosphere of the discussion feels so lively. Some people compare that viral move with Jungkook's performance a few years ago. Some are trying to compile a timeline to find a possible relationship between that moment and BTS's latest activity. Even some fans known as detail observers began to collect dozens of video clips from previous concerts to look for patterns that may be missed by many people. The more theories emerge, the greater the public's curiosity. But interestingly, not everyone focuses on the alleged secret message. Some fans actually see something more touching behind that moment. They felt that the movement showed Jungkook's human side, which was rarely seen in the midst of a busy schedule and the huge spotlight of the entertainment world. For many ARMY, Jungkook is not just an idol. They have witnessed how he grew up from a dreamy teenager to a global star who is known almost all over the world. They see how he faces pressure, criticism, high expectations, and responsibilities that are not light from a young age. Because of that, every expression and small movement from it is often considered to have a deep emotional meaning. Some fans admitted that when they first saw the video, they did not immediately understand why the moment went viral. But after watching it over and over again, they felt something different. Not because the movement is extremely complicated or spectacular, but because there is a sincere impression that is difficult to explain in words. That feeling then spread from one fan to another. Many are starting to remember Jungkook's long journey with BTS. They remember the early days of their debut that were full of challenges. They recalled various moments when Jungkook had to work hard to prove himself. They also remember how he always tries to give the best performance even though he is in a difficult situation. Those memories are what make a simple gesture feel much bigger than what is seen on the screen. In the eyes of the fans, the moment is not only about what Jungkook did on stage, but also about who he is and the long journey that has brought him to this point. Not a few also argue that the viral of this moment is proof of how strong the emotional relationship between Jungkook and ARMY is. The relationship is built not in a short number of months or years, but through a long journey filled with memories together. Every song, every concert, every live broadcast, and every small interaction has formed a bond that makes fans feel close to him even though they are thousands of kilometers apart. Because of that, When Jungkook does something different, no matter how small, attention is immediately focused on him. Not because fans want to find a sensation, but because they are used to finding the meaning behind the small details that often appear in their career journey. Meanwhile, various entertainment media began to highlight the phenomenon. Article after article emerged discussing the theory that developed among ARMY. Some call it one of the biggest fandom moments this year. Others judge that the incident shows how the power of social media is able to turn simple moments into global events. But in the midst of all the speculation circulating, there is one thing that attracts the attention of many people. Jungkook still chose to remain silent. There is no upload that explains the situation. There was no interview that discussed the meaning of the movement. There is no clarification that confirms or refutes the various theories that are developing. The silence actually makes the mystery even more alive. The longer Jungkook doesn't give an explanation, the more people try to find the answer themselves. Some consider Jungkook's silence as a sign that there is indeed something he wants to keep for the right time. Some others believe that he may never have thought the movement would get this much attention. Whatever the reality, one thing becomes very clear. That moment has created a wave of incredible enthusiasm around the world. From South Korea to the United States, from Japan to Indonesia, Jungkook's name once again fills the social media timeline. Thousands of people who previously did not follow the development of BTS began to be curious and find out what really happened. The phenomenon is a reminder that the power of a great artist does not always lie in magnificent things. Sometimes, the most memorable moment is actually born from something very simple. A smile, a look, a short movement that only lasted a few seconds. And in Jungkook's case, those few seconds turned out to be enough to make the world stop for a moment and pay attention to him. Now the fans are still waiting to see if one day Jungkook will reveal the true meaning of the movement that made the internet noisy. Waiting to see if the theories that have been circulating so far are true or just the result of the creative imagination of the enthusiastic fandom. And waiting to see if there will be new clues that appear in the future. Until the answer comes, the mystery will remain alive. The video will continue to be watched, discussed, and analyzed. Every detail will continue to be considered. Every possibility will continue to be debated. Because for ARMY, sometimes it is not the answer that makes a moment special. It is precisely the curiosity, hope, and togetherness in searching for meaning that makes an event remembered for a very long time. And this time, Jungkook again succeeded in creating a moment that seems to continue to be talked about by fans around the world for a long time.